International, I am Minna Daniels. First, the headlines. INEC hails peaceful conduct of Edo governorship election, insists on transparent process. NAFDA shifts drug abuse campaign to schools, flags of nationwide Catch Them Young project. The South Sudan's parliament approves 2 laws to promote accountability and justice for victims of abuses since start of armed conflicts in 2013. The conduct of the Edo State governorship election has been generally peaceful after sorting and counting of results collation is expected to begin in earnest. Angole Okunta gives us a situation report in some units in Ward 9 in Ego local government area.
The voting process has now moved to collation at ward level. This is Ward 9 under the Ego local government area. Ward 9 is Okoro and it has about 44 polling units. So we are expecting results from 44 polling units here this evening. And then, of course, we'll have more progress as we go along. People are coming in from different areas, like that group just came in right now. And okay, so that's how they are going to keep trickling in until the 44 is complete, and we'll have more progress as, you know, they come along.
Very well, Angole. And moving on, Edo State Resident Electoral Commissioner Anubum Onuaha has expressed satisfaction with the conduct of the Edo governorship election so far. He talked about extension of voting in areas where materials did not arrive on time and restated that the votes of the people will count.
Express satisfaction with the conduct of the election so far. All of them voted. Our viewers won. Nobody complained that they were not captured.
Okay, there are incidences of certain persons arrested for vote buying. Has any information like that come to your notice?
I've always told you that I will not do the work of EFCC. But the mandate and vision of the commission is to conduct a free, fair, credible, and all-inclusive election. And to the glory of God, this election has been peaceful. Because without security, you cannot actually conduct an election in this part of the world. And to the best of my knowledge, the security agencies have been hardworking, and nobody has been prevented to go. When we discussed with them during our IHS meeting, they promised us to be professional. To the best of my knowledge, they have been professional since. So the outcome of the election, I don't know. But what I can assure you that the vote of Edo people, we can't. Please, we have done our own. Apart from one hitches, more hitches here or there, where the material did not come as a result of the road transport union disappointed us. So I want to say, in general, that we are so satisfied. We are so satisfied. In our part, we are so satisfied. 92% is not A. So you can score us A.
In yet another comprehensive operation, police operatives have conducted synchronized raids on identified black spots, leading to the arrest of 2 key suspects who are members of the PDP, Emotiam Gaspar, 25, and Faraway Isaac, 27, both from Ufunama community of Ovia Southwest local government area of Edo State. A statement by Force Public Relations Officer ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi says the suspects connected to a larger network involving one article and a kingpin known as the Boss were apprehended at a cash guest house in Ekboma, where a substantial amount of cash and incriminating items were recovered, including a list of voters' names with corresponding monetary values, a collection of pre-filled ballot papers, and a set of fake identification cards in Edo North. 6 suspects, namely Suleiman Abdulrahim, Fatima Yakubu, Yusuf Aminat, 52 years, Salihu Lukman, 54 years, Safiano Serratu, 32 years, were all arrested at the Ibotse Secondary School, Auchi, for engaging in vote buying. And this group was found with a large sum of money, a cache of weapons, and a detailed plan outlining strategies for voter intimidation. A fake journalist who claims to be a staff member of one of the leading television stations in Nigeria was also apprehended. Further highlights, they are highlighting the extent of criminal network. Voting has ended in Sri Lanka's presidential election as the country seeks to recover from the worst economic crisis in its history, which resulted in political upheaval. Kolum Mohammed tells us more.
The election, contested by 38 candidates, is largely a race among the incumbent Liberal President Ranil Wickremesinghe, Marxist-leaning lawmaker Anura Kamara, and opposition leader Sajid Premadasa. There are 17 million eligible voters, and final results are expected Sunday. Reports say the result will show whether Sri Lankans approve Wickremesinghe's leadership of a fragile recovery, including restructuring of Sri Lanka's debt under an International Monetary Fund program after it defaulted in 2022. The government announced Thursday that it passed the final hurdle in debt restructuring principle with a private bond holder. Despite a significant improvement in key economic figures, Sri Lankans are struggling under high taxes and living costs. Most candidates premise their campaign manifestos on promises to reduce taxes and lower cost of living for all. This means the rich will pay more taxes, while social imperatives will reach the ordinary citizens. 2 top candidates say if voted, they will renegotiate the IMF deal to make austerity measures more bearable, even though the incumbent is of the view that any move to alter the basics of the agreement could delay the release of a 4th tranche of nearly $3 billion in assistance pledged by the IMF, which is crucial in maintaining economic and social stability. Kolum Muhammad, NTA News.
And elsewhere in South Africa, unusually heavy snowfall has caused major disruptions on South Africa's roads on Saturday, with people still stranded at midday after spending the night stuck in their vehicles. Plus, a kidnapped New Zealand pilot regains freedom after 19 months in captivity. Again, Kolum Mohammed has the details.
The major highway linking Johannesburg and the east coast city of Durban was one of the worst affected, several portions closed, with even the day tours impassable. Emergency services worked to reach people in their vehicles to ensure absence of possible frostbite. Blankets and meals have been delivered to some stranded motorists by the government of KwaZulu-Natal province. Trucks have been parked by the side of the road since Friday. Buses traveling between provinces have been stuck at petrol stations for several hours. Reports say South Africa's Border Management Authority said it had closed 3 border posts with the Kingdom of Lesotho as the current condition posed significant danger as food supplies began to run out.
An amazing day in South Africa. Just lovely to see the snow again, although we're freezing our butts.
Elsewhere in New Zealand, a pilot, Philip Mathens, had been released from captivity by rebels in Indonesia's Resi Papua region and is in good health despite a 19-month ordeal. The 38-year-old pilot, who was for an Indonesian airline, was kidnapped by rebels from the West Papua National Liberation Army insurgent group at Papua's Nduga Airport on 7 February last year. A joint task force of police and military forces rescued the pilot in a village of Nduga district early Saturday, after which he underwent medical and psychological checks and was flown to the Papua city of Timika and through the capital, Jakarta. Kolum Muhammad, NTA News.
The central and southeastern regions of the Kingdom of Morocco are currently experiencing heavy rains and thunderstorms due to the influence of tropical clouds coming from the African tropics. Cities such as Ouarzazate and Zagora have experienced heavy rainfall as predicted by the Central Directorate of Meteorology. The Directorate stated in a warning bulletin with a red alert level that other affected regions will include Smara, Ouarzazate, Tata, Zagora, Ouarzazate, Tinga, and Erochidia. These regions are expected to witness strong thunderstorms ranging between 50 and 80 millimeters, accompanied by hail and strong winds. The Directorate also issued a warning bulletin with an orange alert level for other regions such as Toudorant, Azilal, Mildelt, and Fugig. These regions will witness thunderstorms ranging between 20 and 50 millimeters with the possibility of hail and strong winds during the same period of time. These forecasts come within the framework of warnings of flash floods and soil erosion, which requires residents to take caution and adhere to safety instructions. The Federal Republic of Nigeria strongly condemns the abominable terrorist attack in Bamako, Mali, that took place on Tuesday, 17th of September 2024, targeting the military airport, training center, and other sensitive locations. A statement by the spokesperson of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador NTA Abu, says the attack that claimed lives and destroyed several military aircraft is yet another stark reminder of the persistent threat posed by extremist groups in the West African sub-region. The statement emphasizes that acts of terrorism, regardless of where they occur, represents a threat to the peace and security of the entire region. Nigeria extends its deepest condolences to the government and people of Mali, particularly to the families of those who lost their lives, and prays for the victims of the incident. A laws to promote accountability and justice for victims of abuses committed since the start of the country's armed conflict in December 2013. The Transitional Justice Bill will be sent to parliamentary committees that will address outstanding issues and make final changes before they are forwarded to the President for signing.
South Sudan's parliament has approved 2 bills meant to address human rights violations committed by state and non-state actors during civil war in the country between 2013 and 2018. The move by the parliament is in line with South Sudan's 2018 agreement, which requires that a commission for truth, reconciliation and healing be set up. A compensation and reparation authority is also due to be put in place. The government says once the law is passed, it will comprehensively address issues of human rights violations.
To incorporate offenses and penalties that were not foreseen due to technology evolution under the Act.
The bill also says those who inform the Commission of crimes they were responsible for may not receive amnesty if they committed serious crimes under South Sudanese law or the international crimes of genocide, war crimes and crimes against humanity. The Intergovernmental Authority on Development, or IGAD, says more work still needs to be done.
To expedite the process and also to ensure that it is inclusive, transparent, and participatory as possible in order to pave the way for smooth transition and sustainable peace in South Sudan.
Some members of civil society are welcoming the move by the country's parliament.
These bills are very important for the issues of truth, healing and reconciliation, and also the compensations and reparatory authority. We feel this is a good move by our parliament and the president to make it become into law so that we speed up the process, and also it will give hope for the formation of the hybrid court.
However, a bill for hybrid courts meant to try perpetrators of crimes committed during the civil war is not yet developed. When the 2 bills become law, it will set out 2 bodies which will work closely The Reparation Authority will receive application from victims referred by the Truth Commission and make the necessary compensation and reparation to victims of the 5-year civil war which ended in 2018.
This is the news on NTA International. We have more reports after the break. Thanks for joining us again. President Bola Tinubu has penned heartfelt tribute to the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, on her birthday. On this beautiful day, as we celebrate your 64th birthday, my heart is full of gratitude and love for the incredible woman you are. Since we began this journey together, you have been my rock, confidante, greatest supporter, and the love of my life, the President said in a statement personally signed by him. The President further said, and I quote, "Every step of the way you have shown unwavering strength, grace and love to me, our family, and our beloved nation, Nigeria. You are the heart of our home, the light guiding me through the most challenging days, and embodiment of kindness and wisdom. Your compassion, generosity, and dedication inspire millions of Nigerians and me, especially our young women, who look up to you as their First Lady." End of quote. On your special day, I want to take a moment to tell you how truly blessed I feel to walk this path beside you. Your love sustains me, wisdom guides me, and strength lifts me. I could not ask for a better partner to share the triumphs and trials of life, the President maintained. The federal government has taken a significant step towards reducing transportation costs and promoting sustainability by test running the third retrofitted Nigeria Railway Corporation's NRC locomotive. This achievement is a result of a public-private partnership with the D-Sadel Consortium, as the Minister of Transportation, Senator Said Alkali, announced that the locomotives will now run on 70% LNG and 30% diesel, which is expected to drastically reduce operational costs. This move aligns with President Bola Tinubu's directive to transit from petroleum and diesel to compressed natural gas, CNG, and LNG.
After retrofitting the locomotives, we are now going to engage the Sadel to bring wagons. We are going to use wagons for freight in all the segments that we operate. That will further bring down the cost of goods and services because the transportation cost has been reduced. We are operating Lagos Ibadan already. We are operating Abuja, Kaduna, Warri, Itape, Port Harcourt to Aba. And if you are following the media, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR has engaged the President of China, President Xi Jinping, for the financing of all our projects under railway modernization.
Well, I feel honored and I feel delighted that we are achieving this in this country, Nigeria. This is the first locomotive that has been converted in African continent. So it's a great honor to His Excellency the President who had made this possible, because this is part of the Renew Hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And secondly, Nigerians have enough resources of gas. With this retrofitting, as the Honorable Minister says earlier, the cost of transportation will drop by 70%.
Consequently, cost savings with LNG is expected to reduce transportation costs by 50%. It is environmentally friendly, as LNG is a cleaner alternative to diesel, promoting sustainability and reducing carbon emissions, as well as promotion of economic growth through reduced transportation costs, likely leading to lower inflation rates. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has flagged off a nationwide Catch Them Young project and also inaugurated the NAFDAC Consumer Safety Club. Haman Jabani reports that the project is focused on drug abuse education and awareness campaigns in Nigerian schools.
The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC Catch Them Young program is a comprehensive and coordinated plan that focuses on secondary schools to reduce the prevalence of drug abuse among students. It is aimed at having honest conversation that will help them take informed decisions with regards to illicit drug use and alcohol consumption.
I would like for my school to continue to enlighten students more about drugs and also to continue to check students' school bag before they enter inside school compound, because some students hide the drugs inside their bag and also in drinks.
NAFDAC Director General Professor Mojishola Adeye, who was represented, stressed the need for the campaign. She said the Consumer Safety Club is a special public enlightenment strategy targeted at Nigerians' youth in a bid to eradicate fake or substandard regulated products and enthrone a quality culture while employing the use of cutting-edge technology to track counterfeiters.
Our teachers have great roles to play in the fight against drug abuse because they spend a considerable amount of time with the students. And so I enjoin teachers to continue to work with parents and guardians of the youth to point out when they observe behavioral problems in a child and to count their work as part of building the society.
FCT Secondary School Board and other stakeholders commended NAFDAC for the project and called for its sustainability.
We don't emphasize the importance of NAFDAC clubs because from this it will cascade down to everyone, all the children that are out there, and we also promise to give you the maximum cooperation to ensure that these clubs get across to all our schools, especially in FCT.
To some extent, I think the students are neat when it comes to drugs, because we have not had incidences of maybe students being outlaws as a result of maybe taking one form of drugs or the other. We have not been having cases of drug abuse in our school, so to say. But I would not say that we don't have it. We have it, but it is not pronounced.
The project and the club will be established in 8 other states in the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. Hamad Jabani, NTA News.
And as the world commemorates International Day of Peace, nations are reminded of the need to collaborate in strengthening the ideals of peace and security. Comfort Fasheo reports.
Every 21st of September is dedicated to the promotion of peace and harmony by the United Nations. And this is due to the reality that conflict continue to ravage communities and nations around the world.
In today's world, we have to work together no matter what kind of language we speak, no matter what kind of geographical location we share. I think that this is the general message of La Francophonie: make peace and believe that the diversity of the world is an asset rather than a problem.
Peace is for young generation, for us today, but for young generation tomorrow.
Our vision is to support wellness in every aspect, to have a wholesome man and provide the peace and tranquility required to function in this time of challenge.
The activities of this year's commemoration coincided with the launch of the United Nations Summit of the Future, which aimed at renewing the efforts around the world to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030. The release of the pageant symbolized the crave for peace and love, and the planting of trees here to commemorate the day, which stands for making peace with Mother Nature, further pointed to the need to create a culture of peace that leads to a better future for humanity. The Bulgarian embassy in Nigeria, along with some other Francophone countries' representatives, organized the event here in Nigeria to commemorate the International Day of Peace. And this year's theme is Let Us Develop a Culture of Peace. Comforts, fashion, NTA News.
The Advanced Peace and Reconciliation Center of Nigeria has raised another body on the Security and Forensic Studies Nigeria to regulate and attain the international best practices on peace and reconciliation, with the theme the role and use of forensic evidence in the control of small arms and light weapons in attaining peace. Director General, Advanced Peace and Reconciliation Center of Nigeria, Okocha Morgan, noticed that despite challenges faced in the area of security, the method of approach will promote or mar the existence of peace. This, he says, is the reason for the collaboration of security stakeholders to enable them preach peace.
The best approach is handling it in a professional manner. Handling it in a professional manner will help the societies to survive the situation. So it is timing.
One thing is very important. The nation needs peace. Yeah, so we'll try as much as we can to use our influence, to use our knowledge, to promote peace in every aspect of our endeavor in this country.
And now a look at Sunday's weather forecast. And that's the end of the news. Thank you for watching.